Welcome to our summer catch-up edition of the Final Corner podcast. My name is Colin, and as always, I'm joined by Nick and Tom. Welcome, gents. How are we?
All good, thank you.
Yeah, not bad, thanks.
Enjoying the summer? It's been non-stop rain here for 4 days, so typical Scottish. How is it down south?
Sunny with no rain ever. It's what it feels like at the moment.
Yeah, there's like heat waves in part of England. Where I'm at, it's sort of in the middle, so I can't complain.
Yeah, I'm
Sorry,
still sweating today.
sorry, Tom. Did that describe you as down south? Are you not up north?
Yes, well, for you, I'm down south, but for
Yeah,
people in England, I'm up north. Yes.
Are you sure? Because Andy Burnham seems to think that north stops at the edge of Manchester.
Ah, but Leeds is a similar height up.
it's
Right.
similar height.
Yes, similar northness. Oh dear,
Fair enough.
it's
Fair enough.
west of Leeds, isn't it? I think Leeds might be slightly higher,
Okay.
but yeah, it is.
Okay, we've been away for a wee while for our summer holidays. F1's just gone off, but we missed two races, so we'll quickly review those. That is Spa and Hungary. And of course, BTCC was back at Thruxton. We've got an exciting weekend coming up at Knockhill. So,
Yes.
will we start with the touring cars, since it's more pressing because the greatest race in the world is happening this Sunday.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, Thruxton. We had quite a bit of news while we were off. BTCC is going to stay on ITV for a few more years, 2030. That deal ends, so we've got our usual coverage for at least another four more years, which is good news. And then we had a bunch of driver changes.
Yeah.
Hmm. So Max Buxton is out. We weren't watching him, were we?
It was last year, briefly.
Yeah. Okay. So he's out. He's gone for this year. Ryan Bensley, who is a estate agent, mortgage broker.
I
What is he?
think he's a mortgage broker. I think it was.
Okay, well, he's back for the rest of the season. Nick Halstead's returning. Uh,
Yes. Another PMR car, which is interesting. They didn't have any last year, and now they've got four.
He's got Audis everywhere. So he returns this
Yeah.
weekend in Knockhill, which is, yeah, an our car. Good. Lewis Gilbert, he's in at WSR, an additional BMW as well.
Mm. Yeah. Another Scot to add to the list. He did say that he was at Thruxton purely to get some practice in for Knockhill, pretty much. He didn't want to have his first race be at Knockhill and not know how to drive the car. Makes
Knockhill's
sense.
easy, trust me. Uh, If I
But
can go around without dying, then it's fine. Sarah Proctor was back for one weekend only and just, I think, kind of showed he should be there all the time.
yes.
Poor Sam Osborne was unwell, so Senna was in for the weekend and, done reasonably well for jumping straight back in.
Yeah, no, he did really well, considering he had no. Well, I think he did a bit of testing at the beginning of the year, but that's it. Apart from that, he's just straight in the car.
And Ricky Collard, is he in? Is he out? Well, he's in for a few more races at least. It looks like he'll miss the last two, I think, rounds of the season, but
Yes.
he should be there for the next couple at least, Donington and Croft, after Knockhill. Which again, he's still kind of there or thereabouts for the championship. I think he's out
Mm,
of it, but he's top five still. And
yeah,
it's weird that a top five driver is scrambling to keep his seat every week.
yeah, it's mad. He's been one of the best. Well, he's been the best new driver, new as in wasn't here last year, by far. But yeah, it just doesn't have the budget, which is weird because you would have thought that Rob had quite a lot laying around.
Well, probably does. But do you want to be outlaying your own cash at this? I don't know. Maybe not.
True.
It's been all driving a Lamborghini still, I think, in GT racing.
Oh, is he still doing it? I didn't realize.
It wasn't last year, at least.
I like the young Collard more than the old one. So I really
Yeah,
hope Ricky is back for a full season next year. But yeah, it always seems unlikely with him, doesn't it?
it does, sadly. But I did like the fact that I can't remember which race it was now, but he did say, "Well, we've had to replace the lights button because I've worn it out in the first race."
Why is it always on the lights? It could be
There's
like 15 car lengths behind and he's
Mm.
still on it.
there's a bit of
It's it,
commentary during this racing, isn't there? At some point, there's a
mhm,
camera looking back, and one of the commentators, might have been Harvey, said, "Oh, I expect his lights to flash in a minute." Right on cue,
mhm.
they did it, which is cool. And just to clarify, yeah, Rob Collard is in British GT this year with Barwell
Yeah.
Motorsport, managed by Tiffany Dale's brother. There we go.
Ooh. Yeah. To be fair to Ricky, what he says is that this is one time out of 100, it might put someone off. So it's never usually going to work, but that one time, it means it's worth trying it. He might be exaggerating with 1 out of 100, though.
Yeah. Well, yeah. At least he's trying. I'll say
Yeah,
that about him.
it's entertaining.
Yes. So qualifying, and it's at Thruxton. So Josh Cook was quickest.
Yeah.
But in recent years, not necessarily the case. So this is a return to form in a car that maybe people were worried about straight line performance. And one thing I'd like to note about this is, with all the recent tightening of track limits over the last few seasons, it appears that you can, and we mentioned it earlier in this season, cutting the inside of a corner is absolutely
Oh,
fine.
yes.
And one of Cook's specialities is cutting the inside of one of the right-handers right at the back of the track.
Hmm.
I've forgotten the name of. I see other drivers doing it, and some also not. So here we are. Track limits slackened off. Cook on pole. That's my theory.
Yes. I think it's Goodwood. He's the right-hander before
Yeah, I think
Church.
you are. Yeah. That's it.
Okay, qualifying race as usual. I didn't watch it, so you guys summarize if you want what happened in quali.
Well, Ricky Collard, to go back to him, he actually did qualify eighth, but broke down on the first lap of the qualifying race. So that's why he was let's say impeded for the rest of the weekend
Hmm.
and when he fought back until the third race. So that is a weekend spoiler, that is. And what else happened? Well, Cook won it easily and secured pole for race one. Is that the right terminology? I don't know.
Yes, it is.
What else happened, Nick?
It's a good question because it feels like ages ago. There was a lot of chaos went on after the safety car restart, wasn't there?
Hmm.
Um,
They safety car out for Ricky Collard's car, I think.
yes. And then Cook was bunching everyone up, waiting to the last minute to accelerate, and somebody at the back, I think it was Selby, because he got a reprimand for it, went into the back of Rainford, and then several other people went into the back of other people. Um, Newcomer Lewis Gilbert was one of the ones that had the most damage.
Yeah, it squished front of the BMW. Another breakdown for Hyundai was Tom Chilton. I've got to say at this point, this is a woeful season for Tom Chilton.
Yes.
Was he up like fighting for fourth or fifth in the championship last year? And he's well down. I think he might have had one podium.
Mm.
When Ingram's up there still, it's not ideal. But he's had some bad luck in this instance here. Again, breaking down in qualifying race like Ricky Collard. So it's two in the race. I don't know if they were the same issue. Not ideal.
Yeah, it's a good point. I don't know if they were related.
Yeah, from the same team though.
Mm.
And what are the? Oh well, the two Plato racing cars of Morgan and Robottom had a battle, but I think Robottom dropped it, unforced error, at Church at one point and let Morgan get ahead.
Yeah, and they seemed generally more on the pace this weekend, didn't they?
They did a bit, yeah.
Still not race winning pace, but much closer.
I was going to save it for later, but I'll say it now. I think there was a bit of a false dawn there, wasn't there, at the start of the year for Plato Racing?
Yeah, definitely.
It's back
Highlight
to the
was the
old,
start of the season.
yeah, it's back to the old two-horse race.
Hmm. Yes, and the man we've been watching this year, Lewis Selby, didn't make the points. He finished in 16th for the qualifying race.
Didn't Bensley have an issue? Was it in qualifying the qualifying race? Looking at his qualifying time, he's way quicker than Buxton already.
Yeah.
So I know that ruined his weekend is getting caught in that crash in the qualifying race. But pure pace, well, Buxton was like a second off the pack, and he's not at the front, but
No,
17th quickest in qualifying, none too shabby.
and at Thruxton as well, which is very much
Hmm.
let's say a brave circuit.
Yeah, I think Cook's he's like driver, trainer, mentor, so maybe he's got the tips.
Yes, that will help. Interesting that Cook was so dominant with the pole, and then the closest other Toyota was Shedden, who was 8 tenths slower.
I know, I know. I mean, I don't know if he had more boost than Shedden. I don't think he would have
Mm,
done before this round. Yes, you're right though. Either way, big gap that, isn't it?
yeah, Shedden had maximum boosts, as did Cook. So yeah, there's no difference there.
On to race one then, and we had Ingram starting alongside Cook, Sutton third, Camish fourth off the start. Ingram goes for a move on Josh Cook towards the chicane, can't pull it off, and then Sutton manages to get past him. Camish tries to also nick past in the way into Goodwood. He clips inside curb, which sends his car sideways. Poor Tom Ingram on the outside then gets pushed onto the grass and ends up dropping down the order, I think 4 or 5 places. So Tom was slightly on the back foot that full lap and ended up dropping down to I think seventh or eighth at this point. So not an ideal start for him when he was really needing a clean weekend.
Yeah, and Camish lost a few places as well because of the contact.
Hmm.
What we did get though was a slight Ingram fight back, and I say slight is he never made it back up to fight for the race win, unfortunately.
Hmm.
So it was a two-horse race really, Cook and Sutton. Cook kind of showing his Thruxton class again, coming out with the win, fastest lap. But Sutton bagging a bit more points than Ingram. That's all he really needs to do at this point.
Yeah, just needs to match him, doesn't he?
Ingram's fight back, I did think was impressive. He did what we like to term is I can't remember. The kid had missed a kerfuffle at one point.
Oh,
Didn't he go
yes,
round outside of Camish at Cobb?
he did.
Can
Yes.
you can you explain the kid of Mr. Kerfuffle to those who don't know?
Yeah, sure. So in the 90s there was the Swedish shuffle, which is Rickard Rydell doing a similar move, but this Daniel Rowbottom in recent years sort of brought it back. Also, he has a little move sometimes at Alton Park's chicane, which we also use the same term for, and because he's from Kidderminster, that's the Kidderminster kerfuffle. Although in this instance, it was Ingram doing it on Camish and Morgan.
So what is it? Is it outside for Campbell?
The Swedish shuffle is outside of Campbell, inside of Cobb. The Kidderminster kerfuffle is around the outside of Cobb.
Anything else for race one? Really?
Well, just sometimes Camish. He's really one of the quickest drivers, one of the best drivers on the grid, a supreme talent. He doesn't fight things as hard as you expect sometimes. Bit
Yeah,
harsh, isn't it? Bit harsh, bit harsh. I can't do it.
it's true though.
It
There was
is.
one thing.
Oh,
Sorry, Colin.
there you go.
I was just going to say there was one thing that happened with Ricky Collard that it was shown during the race that he got a 10-second penalty, but that was rescinded in between races because it was deemed that he went wide because of oil being dropped from Chilton's car.
Interesting.
Mm.
Okay, so there's some leniency there. If you, if you, all right, okay.
Tom Ingram's going to use that at some point, isn't
Yes,
he? Yeah, I mean, it wasn't the most exciting of race ones, is it ever? Was
it,
it?
it wasn't there.
I mean,
No.
Ingram fighting back provided something.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, like Gordon Shedden was fighting back quite well, and then he went off and had to pit the grass out his radiator, and that ended
Yeah,
up putting him all the way down the order. I think he finished last
I
in
forgot
this
that
race.
because it wasn't shown on a replay or anything, was it? But if you pause it
Hmm.
at the right time on lap 8 or 9, it's coming out of Church. He loses it on his own and spins to the inside. And it just cuts as he's broadside.
Slightly disappointing for me was Rainford. It was
Yeah,
only a couple of episodes ago we're talking about him potentially winning the title fight.
Yeah, it's all over
So
now.
yeah, it's
yeah,
just kind of fallen away, hasn't
I can tell you something. So it's a miserable weekend at Thruxton. Domination at Knockhill.
it?
yeah.
uh,
That's my
certainly
prediction.
hope not. Certainly hope not, but I think you're probably right.
It should be. It should be.
It's not a track that the BMWs go well, and he did also have that problem in the qualifying race where he got taken out by Selby, but
But
he was
neither of the
already,
WSRs, sorry, all three of the WSRs, the trio, didn't
yeah.
like, move forward really.
Mhm. If he was further forward, he wouldn't have been in that kaggle in the first place.
Hmm. He did spin at least once during qualifying before the qualifying race as well, which didn't help.
Hmm.
Okay, That does race one.
Well, there's
Mm.
one more thing to do.
Oh, yes.
Uh-huh.
That's a good point. Lewis Selby, 18th place, nowhere near the points and quite far off, I think. Oh no, he was sort of involved in the battle for 15th still, but was last of those.
Proctor fourth on his return. I think that's a good showing again.
Yes,
Someone give that giant of a man a full-time drive, please.
absolutely.
It's called Peter Osborne. We should write a letter.
Okay, race two then. Good, obviously the same as the results from race one, and we get a great fight off the start between Sutton and Cook. Real aggressive defending from Cook, which lasts
Mhm.
about half a lap before Ash takes the lead.
Yeah, before he runs wide. And, oh
Yeah,
dear.
Yeah, slight shame, but then Cook just doesn't have the pace after that, unfortunately, and it's again an easy win for Sutton.
yeah. I mean, Sutton had the pace over Cook. It's just the fact in the first race he had no boost to help him get past, whereas in race two they both had pretty similar amounts of boosts. So he had more pace.
Jump start for Darwin. Nick, you
I,
don't
I,
need to.
I when I watched it back because I was watching it back to see if because there was potential for Sutton having a jump start. They said.
There
And
was, yeah.
Dawn definitely moved before anyone else. So either he got a brilliant start and everyone else was sleeping, or he jumped.
Yeah, I'm watching the replay back as well. Oh, it's hard to tell, but he
Mm,
definitely moves to first, doesn't he?
yeah, it's just unusual to see one car move before the others.
Yeah, yeah. And then race three, I think was it Ingram was investigated for the same thing and got cleared.
No, Ingram got a penalty, didn't he?
Yeah, was
For
it? It was,
reversing on the grid.
Oh, did he?
but it
Yeah.
was
Oh,
it was not done during the race. It was investigated post race.
Yes.
oh, okay. That's probably why I thought he got away with it.
Yeah, it
hmm
was really. I really get frustrated with the whole race three jump start penalty to be judged afterwards.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
going home.
especially with that one because I didn't see it myself, but I think Sutton and someone else did say reversing on the grid is an automatic penalty. So if that's the
Yeah,
case, why did it need to be investigated after the race?
no, it didn't.
Because you either do or you didn't, and everyone saw him reverse. So it was just a question of whether it was legal or not.
Hmm. Yeah, oh well. There's a few penalties in this race as well, so we'll get to them. Ingram's recovery, he kind of keeps continuing. He starts fifth and finishes fifth, but there's a bit of fight in there anyway. You've got noted here that there's a pit maneuver from on Senna Proctor for Doble.
Yeah, there is a bit.
I
Yes,
I
it was on
can't
the.
remember myself to be honest. So
I
explain.
think it was only shown post race, I think, or maybe during a quiet moment. It wasn't shown as it happened, but it was
Right.
at Seagrave as they're turning right to go into Seagrave. They would just clipped the rear left of Proctor, sending him to the left instead of the right.
Yeah, he did like his sideways slew in the gravel. Like the
Mhm.
rear wheels were off the track and the front wheels were still on it. Nice save,
Yeah,
but he dropped like I don't know 6, 7 positions or something.
yeah, he dropped well down the field. So I did wonder where he had gone, and it was only when they showed it later on.
Oh yeah, it was miles back after a couple of laps.
hmm
Hmm.
Oh yeah, I'm watching it now. So it's coming through the chicane out of Cobb. Yeah, and it's slightly unfortunate because
It is a bit.
Yeah.
I don't think it's deliberate or penalty worthy,
Oh no, I
but
don't think so.
it's a slight move across the front from Proctor. The inside car's kind of drifting out. Yeah, no penalty for me. Fair enough. Tom Ingram gets a penalty though, because
hmm
it's an annual tradition. He cuts the chicane or the last corner. Um, this time though, he's kind of forced that way, and I say kinda. He is very much forced that way.
Yeah,
Because
Yeah.
he's
Josh,
pushed off.
yes, Josh Cook loses it on the inside and slides into the side of Tom, and Tom just floors it through the chicane and takes a position, which is probably probably is it fair enough?
I still hate
Uh,
the way that you can do that. I still think there needs to be
Yeah,
a penalty for not like a time penalty, but there needs to be a way to slow you down going across that. So you can't just floor it all the way through.
yeah, like some sort of painted chicane. You have to if you reach mind you, Formula One does that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is tricky because he comes at it from a weird angle as well. He's not entering the chicane.
Hmm.
It's a
It's
difficult one because, well, in my opinion, he's only there because Cook does lose it. It's Cook's fault.
hmm
He
Yeah.
says that he sort of was pinched in the braking zone, but I think he's a bit ambitious. Side contact. But Ingram is coming from a position behind him,
Yeah.
trying to overtake around the outside. So should he not have ceded the position? I kind of think there's an argument there.
Yeah. I just don't like the way that Cook, not saying he didn't cause it, but he kind of made the chicane.
Yes, it also launched that car in the air so bad, and I
Yes.
thought, has he broken his back? And
Yeah.
is the oil going to come out the bottom of it?
Yes. But
Thank
it
God
was
for
just
sub guards.
he made up so much time, Ingram. That was what
Yeah,
annoyed me.
yep. He's. I'd be interested to see split times and sectors because to me it looks like he actually
Mhm.
catches up on Sutton.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well. But if he then dropped back afterwards, that's fair enough. But it didn't look to me like he did.
Yeah. So at the time, I didn't even think about a penalty or something. You sort of think, oh well, he's been forced off, but it's the way he does it that maybe is
Yeah, and he
assisted here.
wasn't given the penalty for cutting that chicane. He was given the penalty for track limits, as
Yeah,
in 4
cumulative.
violations.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was just one of them.
Yeah. So he gets a 10-second penalty, but drops someone from second to fifth. Which is a
Interesting.
slight shame. But I'm kind of with you guys, and we'll probably come to it at F1 when we talk about the Hamilton Russell incident. I'm not sure who's in. Should Ingram get the position because Cook lost it, or does Cook keep it
Mm.
because he was still on track even though he's slid? I don't know.
Either way, the sort of 10-second track limits violation
Mm,
covers it, but it is a
yeah,
weird one because he's not like, yeah. Why would it be that penalty? Because he's
Cook
the thing
was
is
out of
though,
control, so
yes,
Cookie's out of control. Yeah.
but what if that happened at a hairpin? If you see what I mean, Ingram's not going to floor it and carry on at a hairpin because he'd just be driving off the track. And it's only because of the way that corner goes that he can do that.
Yep. Well, we've not
yeah.
decided. That's maybe why we are
No,
semi-informed.
yes, we are semi-informed.
Yeah, yeah. I say I think the incident's caused by Cook, so he
Hmm.
probably doesn't deserve to keep the position.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, but yeah, Tom might feel slightly aggrieved.
I
So
think he
yeah, he
probably would.
finishes fifth. Cook ends up finishing second with Camish up in third, wasn't it?
I think
kind
Kamish
of.
got cooked at the end, didn't he? For second.
Well, the next lap, I think it was, Cook and Camish were then fighting into that chicane.
Oh,
Um,
so they were.
and Camish went wide in a similar way to Ingram, but kept it on the track. Um, he was then saying that he cut the chicane, so he was trying to give Cook the place back, but Cook thought he was in the way, so cut the other side of the chicane to gain the place. And then Cook was given a one-place penalty at the end of the race
Mm,
to drop him below Camish.
Yeah, that was very messy. I remember that
Mhm.
now. It's
That
such an
one was
awkward
much
corner,
harder.
isn't it?
Yes, because they were both cutting corners, so
Yes.
I thought it was a bit harsh, but yeah.
Who's ultimately in the wrong?
Hmm.
But anyway. So yeah, Camish finishes third, second, then oh yeah,
Yes, he
easy,
classified second.
easy to keep up with this, isn't
Oh,
it?
yes.
Flash got up to 10th, Ricky Card 11th, Rainford in at the points 13th, Senna Proctor after his little incident ended up finishing 15th.
Yeah, and Lewis Selby was still 18th after this race. He's not progressing in the last couple of rounds. He started off better than this.
He's not hit anyone if we will, which he did really spectacularly at Alton Park, didn't he?
Well, he did at the beginning of the qualifying race, so
Oh well, yeah, I missed that, so fair enough. Okay, Ash pulled out number six because everything he touches is golden at the moment. So
yes.
Darwin was on pole. Ingram was second though, um, briefly, I guess, because he reversed
Mm.
on the grid, and that's the penalty we're talking about. He was investigated and given a 5 second penalty later on. You have a problem with one of his moves on Darwin though.
It wasn't as much a problem. It was he. was very aggressive and door barging is how I describe it. When he got alongside right at the start, and he seemed then just to be pushing him out of the way.
Hmm.
That's I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I'll just describe it as quite rude.
Yeah,
It's aggressive. Darling gives him a little tap at the
Hmm.
Campbell, doesn't he? But still.
Yeah.
I felt a wee bit sorry for Darwin because he was defending really hard that first lap,
Mm.
and going reasonably well, and then you know he drops like a stone, doesn't he?
Sadly,
Kind
yeah.
of, kind of as usual, I suppose. Uh, Bensley's wheel falls off in this race, doesn't it, as well? Is that this
Ah,
race?
was that this race?
Was that in the race? I thought that was qualifying. There is a crash anyway at the back because the Smiley and Rainford hit each other. Then there's some awkward read. Oh,
Oh
this is
yes,
where
no, that was that. Yeah.
Yeah, so there is a Hyundai of Smiley who goes smashing into the back of BMW Rainford. While they're doing that, Adam Morgan and Taylor Smith have a crash further round the chicane on the exit, and we end up with two cars at least in the wall. So that was the end of what, lap one, I think.
Yeah.
All a bit messy, and I'm still trying to figure out. Well, I can kind of see what happens the first time round. Is Smiley outbreaks himself, I think, and goes straight.
it
Unless he's
might have a
tagged from
little.
behind,
Yeah, I think he's
that
tagged
he
by Patterson. I could be wrong.
Mm.
maybe. So you can kind of see what happens with that one. The next one, I'm still a bit puzzled by.
It's contact between. Oh yeah, there's Benz's wheel falling off. It's contact
Yeah.
between Cook and Morgan, and
It
this
is,
is
but Doble
classic
hits
Cook.
Morgan
Yep.
first. I think, yeah, I think Doble went in the back of Morgan, which then put him into Cook, I believe.
It's
So
just
yeah,
that
there's
the
a lot of
age-old thing
pinball.
of Josh Cook cannot complete three races in the points.
This is true.
It's impossible.
Yeah, he side by side was, is it with Morgan
Yeah.
at the
Hmm.
chicane, and it just goes all wrong.
I've got a theory about this. There is side-by-side contact between Cook and Morgan. There's a rear facing shot, I think, from Rowbottoms, which you show in the replays later on.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And I think when they make side contact there, I think it breaks something front right of Morgan's car. Because then when he turns to the second part of that chicane, he
Mm.
runs wide and sort of pushes Cook wide and slows down a bit, and then Double gets into the back of him.
Hmm.
That's my theory.
Yeah, it could well be.
Hard to tell though.
Well, Selby has a fairly spectacular moment. I think his left rear suspension breaks as the safety car's out, and it just cuts to him flying, like
Oh
completely spinning
yes.
across the track. I think he's had suspension like
Hmm.
breaking as he's going through that section. Otherwise, it's just a spectacular thing to do behind the safety car.
Yeah, no,
Um,
I'm pretty sure it was that. He retired shortly after, didn't he? Well, no, he
yeah,
That's
retired then.
that's why Benz's car was damaged, I think, by the way.
Hmm.
I think he made contact with Selby.
Yeah.
that makes sense. Like remember watching this live, and like the safety car was out. You could see they were racing up to the safety car boards, but they were quite clearly racing well past the safety car boards as well that they come across. Um, which is yeah, not great, but it was all, that's probably how he ended up in a crash. I'm just watching some on boards from the start. Yeah, Darwin, a shame, gets mugged.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Anyway, so we get a safety car. Takes a long time to clear up. We get a restart, and Ricky Collard starts to make some progress as well, as the Dash Sutton. As the Dorland drops a bit like a stone, but we're starting to see the front runners come forward as well. Josh Cook is out, isn't he? He
Yeah,
comes out the
eventually.
pits with a meatball.
Yeah.
He's been in the wars a bit. He's back in, got a fair whack in that first lap crash, so he ends up retiring. Which again, still you say, Tom, he can't have a good weekend.
No, it's not allowed.
No, it's just not possible for him.
Stetson and Alton Park, different circumstances, both areas where he showed pace and then couldn't do race two or race three, fell back.
Yeah, it's
Anything else?
traditional for him.
Anything else you want to pick up from race three?
As race threes go, it wasn't that exciting by the end of the race.
No.
It was obvious, I think, that England was going to win this one. As soon as it
Yeah.
got,
Yeah.
So, and for the championship, it needed to happen because yeah, Sutton is dominating. It is
Yeah,
weird to say it, and because it's BTCC, you don't feel it. But is he 50 odd points ahead now?
yeah, he's got
He
a massive lead.
Now, the thing with that is, of course, this year we've got the qualifying race points. So it's not as big as it seems in some respects, but
Mm-hmm.
for touring cars, it's huge.
he's got 59 point gap over Ingram now. Ingram
Yeah.
wins
Oof.
this and luckily has over 5 seconds of a gap, so he keeps the race win. Sutton was second though, so even when he did win, he didn't make a dent really in the championship. And Camish third in this race. He's quite close to Ingram now in the championship. So I
Yeah,
wonder at some point is it going to turn it a fight for second for Tom rather than a fight for the top spot.
The challenge there is at what point does Camish help Sutton?
yeah, it's getting near it.
Because then he might be called into pulling over positions and stuff, as opposed to fighting for second.
Yeah.
The crazy thing for me is fourth place after all we've said.
Hmm.
I don't understand it. It doesn't make sense to me. But Josh Cook's in fourth. But he's miles
Yeah,
behind. I think it goes to show that apart from those, I'm going to say top three, because clearly Camish is in
yeah,
there. Everyone else is so far behind, and it's so unpredictable that it takes a couple of good results, and all of a sudden you're fourth. But then Ricky Collard, Rinford, Doble, De Leon, they're very inconsistent, and they're all so inconsistent.
yeah,
And going back to what we said about Plato Racing, you know, you would have expected maybe Rowbottom would have been up there, but he's languishing in 10th.
yeah. It has been a disappointing season for the team, I think, compared to how they started. I mean, we wasn't expecting them to be race winners out the box, but a bit further forward than they are.
Yeah, and I know Jason's trying to get the hype and trying to get the sponsors.
Hmm.
And he did some amazing content and interviews on the run up to the season, but in retrospect, he was talking a lot about, oh, look, we're making this from carbon fiber. No one else has done that. Look at the artistry in the cooling system
Yeah,
and intake system. Oh, very well, but it's not the hashtag game changer that everyone thought. Turns out sticking a boot on the well-proven Ford is that.
yeah,
Yeah. I mean, Plato's racing are sitting 6 out of 9 from the team's championship now. So I mean, for a first season, it's not bad, but
No, but it's not quite up to what we thought, especially after round one. And I hope this spurs them on to push further. I'd love a third car out there for the final few races with maybe a Rob Huff behind the wheels, but I also don't cash the checks.
yeah.
And they're still a little bit short of sponsors, I think.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I think it says a lot as well that Doble and Moffat are outperforming the Cataclean Plato racing cars because they're both brand new cars for this season.
Yeah, I would say that again, though, Power Max has tailed off the final couple of rounds. Sorry, the last couple of rounds. And
Hmm.
WSR had a mare. So I don't know, you look at that sort of grid there and you sort of think, yeah, Tom Chilton's underperformed through circumstance, I think, more than anything this year. Some unreliability and stuff. He should be higher up. Shedden drops it in a race. Come on, man. Maybe it flatters the deceiver a bit. There's a couple of drivers there that should be higher up than they are. But yeah, it's all much of a muchness, fourth down, really.
yeah.
I don't think
Uh,
sometimes that reflects well in the series. I do think it is a quality grid.
Mm.
Sort of person who dips in would be like, well, there's only three good drivers.
it's slightly concerning that the last few years, well, was it 2 years ago, Jake Hill won,
Yeah, and of
but
course he's departed. And Jake
he's
Hill would have
departed.
been up there. And even though he had a rough season last year, and there was parity debates and weight cuts for BMWs, allegedly, we have to say, even though it's a fact. The he was still fighting for wins at every round, even if it was reverse grid stuff.
Yeah.
And class act that he's sorely missed.
Yeah, and it's a bit of a shame that we're talking about two horse races because,
Yeah. Plus no
you know,
Turkington, of course, these days.
no, and gone are the days where we're going to the last round and ITV can genuinely sell a six-way title fight.
Yep.
No, now it's let's look at the independents.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
It's going to be.
The Jack Sears has never meant so much. By the way, the Jack Sears, there's only 2 points in it between James Darwin and Dexter Patterson.
Oh, interesting.
So
Hmm.
not bad. Okay, so yeah, championship standings. Sutton is 59 points ahead of Ingram. So quite a distance. Three drivers without points. Ryan Bensley, Max Buxton, Lewis Gilbert. At the moment, everyone else has scored, and James Darwin has a penalty against his championship points, which I can't remember what that was for. But
It's probably an engine. That's usually what they're for.
yeah, so anyway, we've had quite a few different winners this year. It's just
Mm.
unfortunately Sutton's won 6 races and finished second 6 times as well.
It's really the second position. These fight backs
Yeah, the
that
consistency of it.
that get it, which is where Camish lacks, I think, in comparison.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next up, we're at the best racetrack in the UK, of course, and
So then
Knockhill.
to turn, oh yeah, knock
Knockhill, which I don't know, the weather is a bit showery, I think, this weekend. Let's just
Ooh,
have a live Google.
ooh, ooh,
Ooh.
ooh.
Last year it was 28 degrees and sunny, which was bizarre.
Yes.
So we're due a monsoon. Uh, Knockhill Met Office website. Saturday, rain all day. Sunday, 30% chance of rain.
Have we actually had a wet race this year? I can't remember. We
I can't think of one. I think we may have had a damp, drying race at one point, but not a
Yeah.
proper wet. And considering I'm going to be there this weekend, I really hope that it's not going to be this
No,
weekend.
no, full rain.
Yeah.
You get hospitality, so you've got a roof anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, I, ideally
Plus,
not.
if there's any injuries to any drivers, you are the most recently experienced driver to go around Knock Hill.
Yes, I did drive around it a couple of weeks ago and did get a few passenger laps with Gordon Shedden, so I am fully
Mhm.
trained and ready to miss every apex that I missed the last time I was there.
I'm disappointed you didn't get the scoop as what car he's driving next year or anything like this.
Yeah.
Come on.
I
Call
did
yourself
ask
a
him about
journalist. Oh,
the.
no, wait, you don't.
I don't. I did ask him about this year, and he did say they're struggling for a bit of straight line speed.
Yeah.
So yes, I'm in the Laser Tools hospitality this weekend, supporting Shedden and
The
Taylor
driver you can't
Swift.
remember the name of?
The other guy.
No, and Taylor Swift. So yeah,
Full
I need
disclosure.
to full declare that. Thank you to Carrier for the invite.
My colleague Ross McGregor will be there reporting for Autosport magazine, that
Ooh,
still exists, on all the sport races. So check out his report on that.
nice.
No idea when, because I don't know when Autosport releases anymore.
I
No.
buy it occasionally, but yeah, it's good to keep magazines alive.
It is.
Okay, Barefoot Trophy, since it's the last thing. In fact, did we
Ah,
do
yes.
Selby? He didn't
Um,
finish.
he crashed out, didn't he, with the damage to his rear suspension.
Yes. So the Barefoot Trophy. So rest easy,
Colin,
Tom
what is
Ingram.
it?
You're going to win something. It's the best
Mm,
qualifier, isn't it?
Uh,
best but points in qualifying races is how
Well,
I
that
describe it.
same. That's basically what I just said.
Yep.
So Tom Ingram leads that 39 points. Cook's second, 36. Camish is third on 34. Sutton is fourth on 26. So Tom, you might still win. We'll need to get a trophy and
Yeah.
post it to him. I mean, I don't know if he has a public PO box, but we'll find where he
Probably.
works or lives or something and send it to
Look at
It'll be
Cut
like
though, right up there.
pointsy at tingram.com. It'll be.
Oh, yeah.
him. Yes. Okay, that'll do us. That's enough for the toon cars. Yeah, not kill this weekend. Four more rounds after that. It's good fun. Right, F1, which is known as summer holidays, and half the calendar's still in flux because people keep bombing each
Yes.
other. So it
Ah,
looks
we're off to
like
Sepang.
we're off to Sepang for the Bahrain Grand Prix.
Yes. I love the fact they haven't changed the name. It's the Bahrain Grand Prix in Malaysia.
Yes. So we've got that coming up, and it looks like the end of the season might also potentially be in Europe.
Mhm.
Um, which I've just got the thought in my head that we're going to have a season decider in Imola or something, and it's going to be brutal because it's going to be December, so it's going to be one
Mhm.
degree and
Yeah.
probably
Snow.
snow. It's not going to work.
Uh,
Oh dear.
will be
So
hilarious though.
while we were off, we had Spa for the is it still the Belgian Grand Prix,
It is.
which of course is rotating in a couple of years with some other track.
Zandvoort?
But
Yeah, I was trying to remember what the track was. I think it's Stanford.
is it? So update on this. Everyone had a good penalty, basically.
Yeah, that's what it felt like.
Uh, Max didn't crash, so that was a bonus from the last few races.
Hmm.
Antonelli fairly dominant in qualifying. Um, Hamilton and Leclerc probably slightly disappointing, I think, because they probably the last 4 or 5 rounds they've looked like really pacey, and then
Hmm.
only won, I think, what, one race out of them, or two races
They're
out of
not
the five.
they're not converting the pace or the opportunities.
Yeah.
No, which is a slight shame. And any chances stewards have to give Lewis Hamilton a penalty, they're giving them at the moment as well.
Yeah.
I'm not really complaining about most penalties he's getting though. Like speeding the well, I've jumped ahead a bit. Speeding the pit lane, yeah,
Yeah.
you can't argue with that. This one is maybe a bit contentious.
I'm still arguing with that one, by the way.
The pit lane,
Well, considering they got like completely fucking wrong at
Monaco.
Monaco, I'm not actually
Mm.
convinced it was what 0.1 kilometer an hour actually over the speed limit.
Does seem a bit tight when you put it like that, but I mean,
Yeah,
it was everyone else under point one under, in which case, you know,
don't know.
Mm.
Anyway, so Antonelli Verstappen was the top two at the start. George Russell qualified fourth, but as always, his car didn't move off the line.
woe is George.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he was on the back foot off the start. Verstappen overtook Antonelli on the way down to Eau Rouge Radion, and then Antonelli just had more battery and took it back, which kind of the story of this race.
I thought, do you think it
Hmm.
was deliberate move that from Antonelli?
Apparently not. Both
Oh,
him and Russell had empty batteries on the start line.
okay,
So he was able to charge it going towards Eau Rouge and Radion. Um, but
clever.
yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. Obviously, it's contributed towards Russell's impending downfall. Sorry, Colin, I've jumped ahead here. But Antonelli had the same issue, but because he qualified better, it affected him less.
Hmm. Well, there was the same issue in terms of battery on the grid, but Russell just had no battery even going down the straight, which Antonelli
Oh,
did.
yeah, right. Okay, okay. Take it back. Take it back, George.
Mm.
Yeah. It didn't
Uh,
move off the line as well. Or was that Hungary?
That's
that was
Hungary.
Hungary where he didn't move at all.
This is where he
That's
got a reasonable start, but then everyone just went past him on
Mhm.
the straight. Yeah.
Yeah. So
And he tried to
Spa,
dive bomb, and then, yeah.
well, Spa is losing all the places down the straight.
Yeah.
Um, then he tries to go around the outside of Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah. Lecombe?
Contact. Hamilton goes on, whereas Russell's in the gravel. He's out of the race. He goes on a very loud and angry radio message, which is,
Yes.
I shouldn't laugh at it, but I found it very funny. Um, and Hamilton picks up a 5 second penalty, which I wasn't sure about. It wasn't like a few that he's had at that corner in the past where he's clearly like lost control or drifted into the car. That one, I didn't think either of them did anything wrong.
Yeah. I think it's one of those where they've allowed the fact that Russell was out of the race to influence their decision, which isn't supposed to. Whereas I think if they both carried on, probably wouldn't have happened.
Hmm. Tom?
I don't be more than the penalty, but Hamilton caused it, in my opinion. I mean, I know it's tricky where you get error wash and stuff, but are you supposed to account for that? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, but is the car on the inside who's been overtaken? Who
Yeah,
has the
true.
right to that corner?
Yeah,
Mhm.
true. Yeah.
That's the thing. I don't actually understand the rules anymore. So like,
Do you think there
I
are
don't
too
know.
many rules, so therefore, or not too many, but
Well, I was watching an old F1 race a few weeks ago, and the lack of rules.
Yes.
It was like early 2000s, I think, or late 90s. I can't remember. And the lack of rules and people just overtaken by like cutting inside of a corner and stuff, and just like crack on, boys.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know if that would be better or not. It just feels like I like
mm,
watching that. There was nothing from the stewards.
Yeah.
Like I don't even know if there was stewards because there was nothing happening. Whereas now it's like, well, this is the thing. Hamilton got a penalty for this. Leclerc then squeezes Piastri going down the straight at the braking zone for the same corner,
Mm.
damages Piastri's front wing, not didn't leave a car width, and gets away with it.
Hmm.
And that was a slam dunk penalty a few races ago.
That's I don't understand that. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
So I'm a slightly, I don't really understand the rules and how they're applied anymore. So yeah, fair enough. He gets a penalty for this one. The It's won by Antonelli, and there is a glimmer of hope at one point that it may be Leclerc and we might get some excitement because there's a VSC
There's a couple of
for,
VSCs.
Mm.
yeah, a few random VSCs for, I think, debris on track,
The old
Yeah.
Bernie Eccleston button.
which Leclerc then pits under and comes out in front
Which is
of,
confusing during when you're watching it, to be fair.
Yeah.
yeah. So he gets in front of Antonelli, but he just drives past him, and it's not really a fight. What I was impressed with this weekend, though, is the pace of the Red Bull, and the same probably in
Hmm.
Hungary, is that that car is clearly getting better under Max, and Hadjar's still doing a decent job as well. But people are always looking at Ferrari, whereas McLaren and now Red Bull under Max are kind of in the fight for wins now.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. There are four teams that can win any given race. I still think it's Mercedes championship, but not every race win is going to be theirs.
No, and do you think it comes a point where Russell's told
Yep, I think
he's
it is.
number two
Yeah,
because it doesn't look at the now, but Kimi could still lose the title.
I think Anthony's got it. I think
Yeah.
Russell's stuck mentally, and I think as a team now, when other cars have closed in, isn't it a massive risk to let George and Anthony, fight? George and Kimi, I should have said that. What if they wipe themselves out like Hamilton and Rosberg at Catalonia?
Mhm.
Yeah. I do think you have to let them race though until it becomes a point where it's either extremely unlikely or mathematically impossible for Russell to catch him.
I mean, I would say it's extremely unlikely now, but yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. Well, there was a few races here where Antonelli had really bad luck and reliability
Mhm.
issues, and it looked like Russell would come back to it, but
Mhm.
he's had the issues the past 2 weekends. Um, he goes out of this race. He doesn't have a good Hungary either. I'm struggling to see how Antonelli doesn't win this. Like Hamilton's still there or thereabouts.
Can you imagine if Anthony didn't have those issues?
Yeah, I know.
Mm.
It'd be
Yeah,
so far
long
ahead.
gone, long gone.
Um, Spectacular move from Colapinto on both Gasly and Lawson. Well, it looks spectacular
Yes.
from the onboard, but how much of it is just push the battery button rather than the quite famous Hakkinen and Schumacher clip down
Yeah.
that straight?
Mm.
It was compared to that, wasn't it? And I think that was a little bit much. It's just like that was an awesome, innovative, I can't even say that word, but you know what I mean. A
Use the
move that,
initiative.
yes, that Hakkinen managed to do. Was Hakkinen passing Schumacher, wasn't it?
Yeah, it
Or-
was
Yeah,
around
wasn't the other way.
Zonta.
Zonta, yeah, in the BAR. And that was just very opportunistic, really clever. Whereas, like you say, Colapinto just used a bit more boost, but it's still nice to see him pass two cars at once.
Yeah, anyone who compares it to that is a bit stupid. But it's
David Croft.
yeah, okay, all right. I didn't hear that.
Oh dear. At
Come
least in
on,
the
man.
F1, like the now, you're getting a bit of action in the midfield, which is not
Hmm.
bad. I mean, the racing bulls seem to have a complete grudge against each other, which is
Yes.
great fun.
I
And
look out for that every race, and it's fantastic.
Hmm.
yeah, and even Audi, like Bortoleto, not spoken much about him this year, but I think he's doing a decent enough job.
Mm.
He,
Speaking of Colapinto and overtaking and stuff, right?
Mhm.
Uh-oh.
Did you see Dominicali said, "Our pit fans don't need graphics anymore," and
Yes.
George Lucas told me that it's fine.
Yeah.
You
I
know, the
mean, I
guy who
don't,
made fictional worlds.
yeah.
Yes. Constantly change the CGI.
Yeah.
Yes. Can't leave things alone. Yeah. I mean, semi agree with him. You know, like the HUD overlay when they do
Mm,
the driver on boards. I don't mind that not being there as much.
yeah.
I could do without like the AR when they're on a helicopter shot where they highlight the cars and say who it is.
Yes. I don't like that.
Stuff like that I could do without as well. So I don't necessarily disagree with him, but you do need a bit of info to kind of
Hmm.
follow along what's actually happening. Anyway, so
Yes.
that was Spa. Antonelli and Leclerc Verstappen were your podium finishers. That penalty took Hamilton out of the fight really for the podium. But yeah, and Norris had an engine change, so he was recovering, I think, the full race.
Oh, yes. Good point.
Which yeah,
Didn't get as
it
high as
doesn't.
I thought.
No,
At
Mm,
one point, because of his offset strategy, you thought, oh, he's going to be well up there. But Hadjar did a better job. Can I say that?
yeah. You just did.
All right, there we go.
I quite like Hadjar, and I think he's doing I feel like he's doing better than anyone else has in that seat in a while.
He is. I still think that's
Hmm.
tempered slightly by the regulation changes. I just think the ground effect cars really suited Max compared to anyone else in that car.
You get these moments of brilliance from Hadjar, but they are
Hmm.
still too few and far between, I think.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, he's entertaining. His radio messages are fantastic for the race.
Yes.
Is it boring? What's Isaac saying? But
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, I'm in the middle there with that. I do think Sergio Perez in his first couple of years was the best Red Bull teammate for Max, and it makes him look better than ever, actually.
Oh yeah, I would agree. Like this, the first year with Checo at Red Bull, he won Max the championship. Well, him and Michael
Yeah,
Massey.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
But he was
but
also challenging as well.
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. He's very much not now though, and he's Cadillac, unfortunately.
Can we just say why? Oh my word, what the heck? Wouldn't you be scared to drive a Cadillac because it falls apart every race spontaneously? How many times now is that when something's like Bottas is well jumping ahead for Hungary, brakes stopped working at one point. He had to pull it up against a wall.
Yeah.
Didn't he?
X is a big problem for him.
Yeah, but then the suspension keeps breaking as well. Perez
Mm,
had that in Canada, but again in Hungary. Oh my word, it's scary. I think it's quite scary. Remember that clip of I can't remember, was it Jaime Alguersuari or Sebastian Buemi in the
it was
Toro Rosso?
Buemi at China.
Buemi, yeah. Hits the brakes, the front wheels fall off. Coulthard had it as well in a Red Bull at Malaysia.
Ah, I don't remember that one.
It's not as I think maybe only one wheel falls off on that one, so it's not as funny.
Mhm.
But yeah,
I still love the fact that Buemi is still trying to steer the car when his front wheels have disappeared.
I know.
But
It's
you would.
complete. It's complete. It's complete racing driver instinct, though,
Yeah.
isn't it? It's great. Uh, right, Hungary, which was the last race before the summer holidays. Norris was on pole, Hamilton second, Leclerc third, Antonelli fourth, Russell seventh. So again, not doing his own job. And then he has the issue at the start where his car just doesn't move.
And then he falls to last then, basically.
Yeah. It's a great start from both McLarens. They're 1-2. Piastri manages to get past Norris at the start as well, and as the lead running McLaren. A wee bit contact at the start as well between Hamilton and Verstappen. Those two end up fighting for a good portion of this race, which is very entertaining. Was this the one where Ferrari started on the softs and it just didn't really work for them?
Mm.
Yeah.
That was a shame. That kind of spoiled that fight. But Hamilton, did he run over a mechanic in this one?
That was Spa.
Uh,
Was that Spa?
I thought it was this one as well.
That's the trouble. We'd been off for a few weeks. I
Yes.
remember, but yeah, he ran over a mechanic at somewhere.
Definitely Spa.
Spa. Okay. Well, the split strat, the alternative strategy here didn't really work. It got out in front of Max after the first round of pit stops, but then we get a bit of politicking, I guess, maybe from one of the racing bulls, which clearly slows up Hamilton a bit
Hmm.
and allows Verstappen to overtake them both. Which again, it's kind of slightly opened up the argument of why the hell are they allowed to run two teams?
Yeah.
Because it clearly slows. I think it loses like a second in the middle sector behind the Racing Bull. But even then, it's a fairly spectacular dive bomb from Max
Mm.
to take the position. He has a complaint on the radio about Lewis moving over on him,
Yeah, I
which
don't think so.
I'm not having when you do a dive bomb from that far back. I'm not
Yes,
having that. Like the guy's going to have to turn it the corner at some point.
exactly. Not that it wasn't a good move, it was, but yeah, you've made it
Yeah,
through. Just be happy with that.
yes. But Piastri is leading the race. He's going along quite swell. Norris tries to go for a longer alternate strategy on his hard tires. Piastri pits first. Um, should be the net race leader after Norris pits, but unfortunately, it comes across a complete idiot of Carlos Sainz
Yeah,
who
not often we say
ignores.
that, but that's an accurate description here.
Yeah.
I think he ignores was it 8 blue flashing boards.
Now,
Now,
there was some
apparently,
issue. Oh, yeah, go on after you.
yes. Well, there was apparently an issue in the car where the blue lights weren't appearing, but there are
Mm.
big flashing LED boards next
Yes.
to the track, and I think it was like 8 of them he passed,
Uh-huh.
um, and manages to crash into Piastri, and then not only crashes into him, doesn't then move out of the way immediately.
Yes.
That's a really crazy bit here.
So he got up, was it a 5 second penalty for that?
Too lenient, in my opinion, but there you go.
Hmm.
I agree. That should have been that should have been a drive through or something.
Yep.
Not only ignoring blue flags, but you've hit the race leader.
Yeah. Who do you think you are, Ocon?
Now that was funny when he did
Yes,
that
that was.
because that was just stupidity. Um, but yeah, like Carlos Sainz, like I don't know.
Yeah.
Williams are a mess. Both
Yeah.
their drivers are not having good seasons, and I think Sainz, he's not been happy in the press recently. I think he's just completely checked out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
But
yeah. I mean,
they're concentrating on next season.
oh, yeah, come on, Colin.
Sorry. I'm going to be 75, and Williams will be focusing on next season. Like, so yeah, Norris has the lead. Antonelli and him are kind of swapping pit stops at a certain point, but Antonelli has to pit again, which allows Norris to take the win. Piastri's in second, and then his gearbox packs in.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate.
What am I right in saying that they don't use the same gearbox as Mercedes?
No, they're pretty sure they use their own one. That was one of the reasons why they can were able to get better starts at the beginning of the year because they had a different gearbox.
Hmm. Yeah, so that blew. So it kind of negated the Norris Piastri thing, and
Hmm.
Sainz cost him the race because he's car packed in anyway. But for Verstappen, another P2 for him. Antonelli P3. Hamilton got a penalty, of course he does, and ends up finishing behind Leclerc. Which I wonder if there's going to be a phone call at Ferrari as well at some point. Whereas if we think we're in this title fight, Charles, are you going to stop trying to overtake him?
I don't know. I don't think that'll happen because I don't think Lewis will pull out enough points ahead of him.
Yeah, because they're still quite close, aren't they? They were last time I looked.
33 points between them.
Mm,
Mm,
So Hamilton is 50 points behind Antonelli. He's 9 points ahead of Russell, and he is 31 points ahead of Leclerc.
yeah, it's still close enough because if Hamilton retires and Leclerc wins, he's caught up 25 of those.
It's whether they think they've got a realistic shot
Hmm.
after the summer break of actually winning the title.
Yeah, I think give it a couple more races and then that's when you'll know exactly who's going to put their eggs in which basket.
Yeah, because McLaren are back on the pace. Red Bull are pretty much back on the pace, and their car's not
Hmm.
sending Max into the wall every week. So, yeah, it might be an interesting second half of the season.
I hope so.
Yeah,
Uh,
and Aston Martin have upgraded their wheelie bin.
yes, they weren't last, were they?
No, actually, I mean, from where they were, they made a massive improvement.
They were
Unfortunately, that
30,
massive improvement is still second last, but
Well, they finished 13th or 14th.
Yep.
Like,
So ahead of
and
Williams.
Privilege, yeah.
Stroll beat Alonso.
Yeah, and they beat Ocon.
Yeah, but I think anyone can beat Ocon now. It's very strong rumours that he's out
I
pretty
mean,
Yes.
soon.
Ocon beat Behrman in this one because Behrman dropped it, didn't he, on his own at one point.
He did.
But you're right, as a season trend. Haven't Haas dropped? People talk about Williams, but haven't Haas had a bad year?
Very.
They had a good start, which has made it look worse as well
Yeah,
because they've dropped from where they were.
yeah, they've not caught up with the rate of development at all.
Hmm. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see which teams push forward again later in the year and which don't.
I also think Alpine's sort of fallen off a bit.
Yes, that's very true because they were one of the
Yeah,
best of the rest at the start.
yeah, I think that's when they had the clear Merc advantage, and then other teams start up in the game with the rest of the car. It's really the Lawson and Limpard are the surprise package, I think.
Yeah,
Mm,
They're
yeah.
always perennially fighting for the top 10, and I think Audi has made that step where they're always going to be fighting for ninth or 10th with them.
yeah.
If you look at the last 3 rounds, that seems to be that form, and they've taken over where Alpine was, I think.
Although they're not going to bring any more engine upgrades, Audi, this season. They are
Interesting.
permitted to bring one, but they're not going to because of the budget cut.
Yeah.
There was some quote somewhere saying they think they'll be in the top 3 on chassis alone or something.
Yeah, that might be pushing it a bit.
I think so.
Hmm. Just back on Haas. Is it Ayu Komatsu? Is that how you
Hmm.
say
Yeah,
his name?
yeah, yeah.
He
Yeah.
did an interview, was it last week, saying that they are miles below the budget cap and he's desperate to try to find some more money. Because the
Oh, I
budget
see.
cap,
Yeah.
of course, went up, didn't it, this year?
Yeah.
Quite a lot. And he's saying we're miles below it. So that's, I think, why they're struggling is Gene isn't giving them any more money, I think. And
Good old
A-
Gene.
Yeah.
Ayu's gone around trying to find it, unfortunately. Um, so,
Yeah.
yeah. Are you excited for the second half of the season? Let me ask that.
I am excited to see what's going to happen. It's weird to think that I'm hoping Antonelli has a drop off in form to make it more exciting. Whereas at the beginning of the year, I'd just be like, yes, a new player, but at the front of the grid. But
Yeah.
yeah, just never like to see one person dominate. So I hope it closes in a little bit. I'd love to see him win the title though.
Next up is Netherlands, then
Mm,
Italy, Spain, and our final European race, Azerbaijan. Possibly. Um, because we may be back at the end of the year, and if the Qatar and Abu Dhabi don't happen,
yeah,
so as
I'm going to say
fast,
they're not going to happen, but I mean, they are late enough where they're still deliberating, but
yeah, it's still
surely
possible.
surely they're just trying to work it out. I mean, the
They've said
world,
September is when they
yeah,
will say.
the World Endurance Championship is not going to the Middle
Hmm.
East to end the year. But the really interesting one, I think, is the Asian Le Mans Series will happen in Europe. And the Asian Le Mans Series normally runs towards the end of a season and into the next
Hmm.
season. So it's the 26/27 year season. And I think they've confirmed. So I think it normally runs like November, December, then January, February.
And it's all money oriented though, isn't it? Because Abu Dhabi and Qatar both pay very big fees to be the ending races of the year. I think that's
Yeah, at
why it's
some
being
point,
held
common
off.
sense has to prevail, though.
Oh, yes. They have said in September there will be a decision made one way or the other.
Okay.
it's fine. You can have the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix at Brands Hatch. It'll be all right.
Yeah, no kill.
Knockout, yes. So yeah,
Yeah.
there might be 12 rounds left. So
Hmm.
that must be hard for teams to plan, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're
Also,
suddenly going to
12 rounds.
Malaysia now as well.
Yeah.
I know, right?
I'm curious to see what Malaysia's going to be like because I have a feeling it's not going to be as exciting as I hoped for just because of these cars and the power and the long straights.
I think it's going to be rubbish, but I'm happy to be
Mm.
proven wrong.
Well, depends if it's torrential rain again.
Now, that's the only interesting Malaysian Grand Prix, in my opinion, were because of the weather.
2009,
And also, was it 01 when both Ferraris went off? Or 02?
possibly. I think '09 was
Barrichello
the
and
one where it
Schumacher.
was delayed forever
There was
because of
half
the
points
rain.
in the end, wasn't it? Oh
I think
no.
so.
Mm.
'09 was half points because the Lightning was like hitting the grandstands and stuff.
Hmm.
And then about an hour after, or like 20 minutes after they called it off, it was fine again. It
Yeah.
was one of those.
There was
Yeah.
mention of the fact that Portimao can't host a race this year because apparently
Oh.
they are. Is it Portimao or I could be getting this wrong, or Istanbul? One of them's back on the grid next year, and so they're currently doing works to make sure that the track is ready for that.
Well, Istanbul is, I think, next year, is it?
So that's probably what I'm thinking of.
I mean, we could,
Yeah. Turkish Grand Prix
or,
does return properly for next year, so
Mhm.
it must
well,
be that.
Portimao is back in 27 as well.
Oh,
Oh, is
okay,
it?
so it could be both of them then.
Oh, okay, right.
I know there was
Um,
reasons that neither of them could host a race this year.
So it might be about Portimao again.
Mm.
what's, so yeah, how many races are there next year?
24, I believe, is the current
So what's
possibility.
dropping? What's dropping off?
No, was it 24 this year? Oh, God knows. I've lost complete track of this.
I'd just like to say, aren't we
I
in a
am semi-informed.
are we? Yes, aren't we in a privileged position to be like, oh well, yeah, yeah, Formula One calendar. What's going on with Formula One? There's a
Yeah.
war,
Yes.
so
Yeah,
not ideal.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's not go into the politics.
I mean, you
Um,
mentioned Andy Burnham within 0.2 of a second of the episode, I think.
it keeps saying that everything's up north, and it's not. It's in Manchester. It takes me 3.5 hours to go that far south.
It's north for me.
It's not north. It's in the middle of England. I'm not having it. Number 10 north. You can shove up your arse. I wouldn't even say where I live is north. Like there's still like 6 hours of driving above me. Like
Yeah,
I'm not having it. I'm not having it. Right. Is there any more for you guys?
no, all good.
Uh, ChatGPT describes this podcast as semi-informed, a mix of serious analysis with humor and informal tangents. That's probably Tom's 1994 BTCC factoids.
And the small
Uh,
food podcast we did in the middle of one episode.
yes, we generally run from 40 to 80 minutes, which is about right for this.
Hmm.
Show began in 2020. Is
Oh my
best
word!
described as a friendly post-race pub-style conversation.
Do you know? I like this. I'm all
Yeah,
of a sudden a fan of AI.
yeah, I'm not disappointed with that at all.
We're not aiming
Yes.
to be anything more than that, so it's
Yeah,
perfect.
Yep, that'll do. Okay. Thank you guys for your time. Thank you for downloading. If you get this far, we'll be back next week with my trackside report from Knockhill.
yes.
Me and my pal Gordon will have an hour catch up, which will be nice. He won't charge me 75 quid for the pleasure this time though, so that'll be good.
Yeah.
So
To be
yeah,
clear,
we'll be
that's
back.
the price for a passenger ride.
Yes, not to speak to Gordon Shedden.
It's also the use of the words for the pleasure.
Yes,
Right. End the pub banter.
that'll do. So we'll be back next
Yeah.
week with a review of that, and then F1 will be back in a couple of weeks as well, which we'll have fun chatting about. So we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Yeah. See you later.
I like how Colin always ends the episode with, "We'll see you next week." It's ambitious, isn't it? We have to
Yeah.
find the time to record, and then someone has to edit.
You got to aim for it.